We begin this afternoon with our special coverage of the New South Wales bushfire crisis. Here is what we know so far. 3 people have been killed, 5 others who had been missing have now been accounted for. At least 150 properties, including homes and schools, have been destroyed. More than 1,500 firefighters are on the ground working to control the fires. 35 people have been injured, including at least 19 firefighters. But firefighters are warning the worst is yet to come. More than 70 bushfires are raging across the state. One is at an emergency level at Crowdy Bay National Park on the mid-north coast. The state government has already appointed a recovery coordinator to oversee the response. The Prime Minister is in one of the worst affected areas, Taree on the mid-north coast. He has received an update on conditions at a local fire control centre alongside the New South Wales Premier, Gladys Berejiklian. The pair also met displaced residents who have lost their homes. Dangerous fire conditions are predicted for Tuesday. Widespread areas in New South Wales will experience severe or extreme fire danger. I should also point out that in the past half an hour, Sydney is now under a catastrophic fire danger rating for Tuesday, as well as the Hunter region. Firefighters are being warned lives and homes will be at risk.
We really need to identify that the risk is very real for Tuesday. We've seen the gravity of the situation unfold so profoundly up here on the north coast in the last week or so. You've seen the devastation, you've seen the damage, you've seen the destruction. What we can expect is those sorts of conditions to prevail across a much broader geographic area as we head into Tuesday. So we cannot reiterate enough, preparing now, having that bushfire survival plan, preparing your home, preparing your property, the conversation with your loved ones, the little things you do now could make all the difference to the survivability of you, your loved ones and your property if you're impacted by fire next week. And most importantly, make sure you stay attuned and alert to what's going on, stay up to date, stay informed, listen to local radio, monitor the RFS website, have that smartphone application and be ready to act in accordance with that bushfire survival plan or any instructions or directions that you're given by authorities.
The fire activity is increasing here in Taree. We're seeing a lot of ash, a lot of smoke that's coming from that out-of-control bushfire where an emergency warning has just been issued at Crowdy Bay National Park. Bill's Crossing is the location. The RFS is bolstering its resources ahead of extreme weather conditions on Tuesday.
We're also in discussions at the moment with the capacity and the ability of the Defence Force to see if we can get some additional technological support potentially over coming days and weeks to bolster what we've already got operating here in New South Wales.
More than 700 people have gone through the doors here at Club Taree Evacuation Centre, and some of them got to spend some time today with Prime Minister Scott Morrison and Premier Gladys Berejiklian. She says that it was humbling to hear their stories firsthand.
What's really struck me and hit me today is that even though some people know that their homes are okay, they're still extremely traumatised by what they've experienced, by what they've seen, by what their neighbours are going through. So just because someone's property is safe doesn't mean they're okay.
Some residents have been here for days, and Scott Morrison had an emotional exchange with one resident.
How was your place?
No idea.
Right, you don't know yet?
It could be completely gone, I don't know.
Right.
We're in Half Chain Road, right in the middle of where the fires come through.
Okay.
Nobody's allowed anywhere near it.
You ever seen it like this before?
No. I got rid of all my cattle a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I've got my working dogs.
You got them? You got them out? Where are the dogs?
My daughter's...
The dogs are around here somewhere, are they?
My daughter's got them.
She's got them at her place.
My friend's gone.
Yeah, okay.
My border collie.
What happened to you? Did you fall over and hurt yourself? There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of anxiety. It's a lot to take in.
We lost our business with the fire.
These residents want to go home. Unfortunately, it seems that this bushfire emergency isn't going anywhere. It's not letting up. These fires are still raging across the mid-north coast. And Scott Morrison says that as Prime Minister, he couldn't be prouder of all the people affected and how stoic they've been through this crisis.
I'm never more proud of Australians than in moments like this. They just show incredible spirit, incredible heart, incredible generosity, and that's what we're seeing on display, whether it's in this evacuation centre.
He also applauded the state government's response to the crisis. Now, a statewide total fire ban has been issued for Monday and Tuesday ahead of those worsening conditions.